Evening, welcome to the Rams Review. I'm in Bradley with former Derby captain Sean Barker alongside. Derby County have made it 3 draws in a row for the first time in 3 years this afternoon. 1-1 against Hull here at Pride Park Stadium. Xavier Simmons put the visitors in front 10 minutes into the second half after a goalless opener. But Paul Warne made some changes, and one of them came off the bench to score. Dejon Brown with his first Derby County goal. What a moment for the Moor Farm graduate. He was later forced off through injury. Neither side able to find a winner as the minutes ticked down. Yeah, very special moment for him. And let's start there, Sean Barker. A day that Dejon Brown will never forget.
It was. 20-odd minutes, he got a goal, obviously came off injured, which was frustrating, but he made a real impact when he came on the pitch. They made 3 substitutes, Dejon Brown being one of them, and it was a well-taken finish as well. I mentioned in commentary we needed to get balls into the box. Hull didn't look comfortable when the ball was in there. They didn't make first contact, and Brown made sure he did and found the back of the net. So a big moment for him and his family, and one that he's been creeping towards. We've seen him on the bench a few times. We've seen him do well in the 21s. This was his moment. And I hope he's proud.
Hull certainly impressed me more than some sides we've seen at Pride Park so far this season. Was today a good point for you?
It was. We were both set up in similar formations, but very different in terms of how we played. And you could see that both kind of Paul and his staff wanted them to press slightly deeper, weren't too eager to go and win that first one because the goalkeeper makes a spare man in outfield. They're brave and comfortable on the ball. Their little rotations in their back four to get out past the press is very, very good. So you can understand why we were reluctant to go and press high up the pitch. Tried to win it in different areas, but they were comfortable on the ball. I just thought they lacked that little bit of quality in the final third. They didn't make the most of the possession and having control for long spells of the game. I think Zetterstrom had maybe 2 saves to make or so. So didn't do enough in the final third, but getting to that stage, they were quite impressive. And Derby, on another day, maybe could have nicked it a couple of times. But it was a fair result, one that I think Paul will be pleased about, and one that you could tell the players worked hard for as well, because the last 10 minutes, a few players looked like they were out on their feet. So you take a point, another point towards the objective and your goal at the end of the season. And some games here at Pride Park are going to be that little bit more difficult.
And more from Barks in a moment. Let's get some reaction from Derby's head coaches, Paul Warne.
Yeah, I think so. I'd have took a point after going the goal down, although I thought last 20 minutes we were having a right go. But, you know, I will critique the game as I always try to, but I thought, and I said in my pre-game press, that Hull are very good. I think it's fair to say they are very good. They play out from the back, and we ask the lads to go man for man, but they recirculate it back to the keeper, and if you go and press the keeper, they just bounce it off you and you're in trouble. So there's a lot of discipline in our performance today, which pleased me. And I went to see them midweek, and they caused Burnley all sorts of problems. So I think we limited them to few chances, although they had more of the ball. But I'm just really pleased at the character. I asked the lads to gas out. You can see how tired they are. They can't play or run any harder than they physically are for this great club. So in that respect, I leave the ground really pleased. The lads give me everything they got. Another day Nels might have got a header late on or something like that, but I think over the course of the game, a draw is a fair result.
And always a special moment when the player gets their first goal for their home club, Dejon Brown. And when he's a substitute, it makes you look good as well.
I know, I don't want to make a joke there. But really pleased for Days. He's trained really well. I say to the lads all the time, if you want to get in the team, you just have to train and show me something I haven't seen. And I thought he trained really well Thursday. He looked strong and bright. So I always had it in my head that he'd get on today. So luckily he went on and scored, which I'm really pleased. And then he got injured, so I just think he wanted to milk it. He just wanted all the applause. Young people today, honestly. But really pleased for him. Hopefully it's one of many, and it will give him a right boost. Really pleased. I mean, we've had a photo with him, the whole squad in there for his first goal. We're really proud of him. And he's had to wait. It's been difficult to get him on, because I've loved putting Colo on. Colo brings me like a real maturity and understanding of the game, and the games have never been, massively out of, or, never 3-0 up with 20 minutes to go, and I can give Daisha minutes. And also, in respect, it's not charity. It's not like you just get it because you're here and we want you to do well. It has to make sense, but today it did, and I'm really pleased he went on and scored. And I thought, Corey went on and done great. You know, Ozzy, we have to manage. He went on and had an impact, but I'm going through my whole team now. But I thought Marcus was really good. Really pleased with his output today, and I've got to give a special mention to my two centre halves. They've played like every minute of every game. I mean, I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. But in the last three, to play 3 games at this level and to virtually be faultless is a massive credit to the pair of them.
3 games this week, 3 draws. Is it also 3 games where you feel as though you could have won all 3? Yeah,
and in fairness, you could lose all 3, couldn't you? So I thought of Millwall, we were unfortunate to give the goal away. We did. That felt like 2 dropped. I thought for 45 minutes at Oxford we weren't good enough. And I can handle a bad performance. I just didn't think we were just as aggressive, and there wasn't the effort there throughout the half. There was in moments. I just didn't think we were as good as we could have been. And today I don't think the lads had anything more to give. It's a pity it wasn't the start of the 3-game playing at Hull at home would have been nicer, but at the end of it, like I said, they're a really good team. They ask a lot of you physically. They back the way they play, which is brave, and at times, like one first half where Nat was in and luckily it bounced for them when, clean through really. So I think the lads executed the plan as well as they could. So really pleased. 3 draws, a tad disappointing in points recall, but I could be standing here on the back of 3 defeats, or 3 wins, which would be amazing. But the lads performed really well, and I'm really proud. I know we didn't win, but I look at everything.
Paul Warne there, watch the interview and follow the website dcfc.co.uk. A game of not too many chances, Sean. I think actually Zellestrom might have been the slightly busier goalkeeper, but he didn't have much to do, and he didn't stand any chance with the goal from Xavier Simons, did he?
He didn't, no. It's a real shame that one of the 3 players in and around him didn't go and press the ball and didn't go and make the block, because he's 20, 25 yards out. He's got time to have a touch, set his sights on the far corner. You can't argue with the strike. It was a brilliant strike. Past 2 or 3 players, Zetterstrom couldn't get down to make the save, but could there have been more pressure? I think there were bodies around there. For me, at that stage, as soon as he has his touch and he's facing goal, someone has to get out of him to him and make the block. So a little bit frustrating, but you can pick out any goal and see where the faults are. He made 1 save in the second half where he palmed it away, but he did come and collect a few balls into the box over the game. So you asked me at half-time what Paul was saying, whether he'd be happy and what the kind of mentality would be coming out of the second half. Again, you saw straight away they were content with their shape and they didn't want to go and press the goalkeeper. They didn't want to lock on high up the pitch, worried about losing kind of their shape and structure. I just felt it needed a bit more intensity when they had the ball. I mentioned putting balls into the box where they struggled, balls in behind over the centre halves and the full-backs where they were in different positions. Those kind of moments and the tempo, I thought, changed a little bit when we brought the 3 substitutes on, and overall, over the 90 minutes, a draw was a fair result. 2
of the substitutes actually involved in the goal, because it's Osborne's ball forward and Dejon Brown with his header, looping header, not an easy one, and a great moment for him, and probably what Derby deserved, the equaliser.
Yeah, they were getting on top, and it was a strange game over the 90 minutes. Hull would have 10-15 minutes of dominance and looking calm and composed, and Derby didn't really touch it, and then Derby would start to find a little bit of rhythm. So over the 90 minutes, it was a little bit backwards and forwards, but just before the goal, when the substitutes were made, 10 minutes leading up to it, we were the better side. Curry Blackett-Taylor looks bright on the left. He was always looking to get past his fullback. Looks more confident, looks more assured when he has the ball in the last 3 or 4 games. So that's another positive sign. They struggled with every ball into the box, and sometimes the simple things, a set piece, corner, free kick can make all the difference. And ultimately, that goal, the header from Brown, got the point.
Let's get some more reaction from downstairs. Here's Ebou Adams.
I thought mixed emotions. Do you know what? But I'll look at the positives and saying that we've come back from 1 goal behind to collect a point, and I thought that's good from us.
In terms of the game and how you saw it, I mean, there is one standout moment, and that's Dejon Brown getting his first Derby County goal. How special a moment was that to be part of?
It's very special to feel. I'm really proper happy for him as well, because he had to be patient, and as a young player, you have to be patient because your opportunity can come at any given time, and no surprise that he's come in and done that, and I'm really buzzing for him. Just a little annoyed for him that he's come off with I'm not too sure what it is yet at the minute, but I'm buzzing for him. And he come on and done really well, to be fair to him.
Tell me what he's been like in and around that dressing room, because I'm sure it can be difficult sometimes for young players to come into a group.
Do you know what? He keeps himself to himself. He's very humble, and then you give him stuff to do, and he'll do it literally with all his heart and work rate, and that's important for a young lad. And he, like I said, he gives everything, and you just seen it today, running into channels, winning a flick ons. Like the header is unbelievable, to be fair, because it loops over the keeper, so it's a good finish, and you can tell by the celebration how much he loved it as well. Probably said it the wrong side, but I said it later on. But now I'm buzzing for him, and hopefully he carries on so many more.
Talk to me about the game plan today and what you were all asked to do, because Hull play a very specific style, and I think you went man to man, and discipline was probably the focal word.
Yeah, I think that's the good word for it, discipline, because the rotations are, forgive me, I don't mean it in a bad way, but crazy, because then you got centre backs playing the centre mid and centre mids playing up front or whatnot. But I thought we passed people on. That was a major thing. Communication was very good, and we stuck with our players very well. And to be fair, give credit to Hull, they're a good team, and the rotations can cause teams problems, and I thought we dealt with it quite well.
Is that as tiring mentally as it is physically in some respects?
It can be tiring, but honestly, I don't think how tiring, because you're too focused on passing people on, so you kind of forget about how tired you are. But like I said, the communication between the boys was unbelievable, passing more like either to your left or to your right, or ready to jump on. And I thought we nicked it quite a few times. It's just that final pass or final decision, whether it's to the right of the person or to the left of the person, to get that opportunity to get a shot on. And I thought we done that quite well. 3
games this week, 3 draws, 3 points. You can probably look at it and say we're pleased. I'm sure in some respects, though, you'll be a bit frustrated.
I'll be honest, I'm a little bit frustrated, personally, because I look at it, we could have maybe got 2 points somewhere else. And, do you know, it just shows how good we are as a team, because we're not just happy with a draw, but we want more. And I think you look at the games back, maybe we could have done something different to see out a game or done this, but like the game at probably Oxford, didn't start well in the first half, but then the second half showed what we are, and we had enough chances to win the game. And I thought in this game that even though we went a goal down, we had enough chances to obviously win a game, and that shows how good a team is. But we're not just obviously just going to sit on it. Oh yeah, we're happy with it. I think we want more, and that's the little bit frustrating part, because not every game is the same. Do you know what I mean? So I'm positive, staying positive, and hopefully we can start picking up more points.
And just on you to finish, there was a moment second half where I don't know if you overstretched or if it was a bit of cramp or what it was, but are you aware of sort of the collective gasp every time you maybe nearly get hurt?
I think it's just me enjoying football. I'm full on. I'll give it 110%. It was a little bit of a tweak, but it's not my hamstring. It's just I'm feeling the load after playing 9 minutes after 3 games. But yeah, it's a tough week, and the gaffer's expecting me to give everything, and as long as I give everything, I'm happy. But please don't feel worried. It's just me being maybe a little bit silly, but but I'm just enjoying my football and playing with a smile on my face.
There is Ebou Adams results from the Championship weekend so far. Sheffield Wednesday got a stunning winner last night at Portsmouth, who are still bottom of the table. Drama in the lunchtime game at Coventry, who came from 2-0 to beat Luton. Maybe that's what gets Mark Robins' season going. And real drama on the South Coast as well, where Preston came all the way back to draw 3-3. Where Plymouth drew 3-3 with Preston. That wins as well for Sheffield United, for Sunderland and for Millwall away at Swansea. A couple of goalless draws around this afternoon, including for Queen's Park Rangers against Burnley. Table then sees Sunderland still top, and a bit of a gap opening up, to be honest, between Burnley and Leeds, who are chasing. Sheffield United there as well. Norwich and Middlesbrough both play tomorrow, and Derby squeak back into the top half of the table. But it is very tight between them and the rest of the sides in the bottom half. Luton dropping into the bottom 3, joining Queen's Park Rangers and Portsmouth there. That's all from us for now. If you want more reactions, it'll be on the website, dcfc.co.uk, from Barks and the rest of the team. Goodbye for now.